What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Conscious Creations YouTube channel. I am Tisha, if this is your first time visiting the channel. So usually I come out in nature and I make a video about whatever I'm channeling and, talking about herbs, oils, unblocking chakras, all sorts of things that deal with wellness. Because the company that I have called Conscious Creations produces products for mind, body, and soul. And so that includes products using natural ingredients like organic shea butter and coconut oil to make our body butters, because what you put on your skin matters. So today I decided to do something different because I got a channeling today as I was eating. So let me start here. I'm sorry, I just did my little workout. So sometimes we don't consider what food actually is, right? So as I always talk about on this channel, everything is energy. Food is energy, which is, it's the energy in food is measured by calories. So we talk about the calories that are consumed, and usually we think about it from the perspective of how many calories does this particular thing have in terms of weight. So we look at it in terms of like, am I going to gain weight eating this thing? What I would suggest is looking at the energy in food for what it actually does to your body and for your body. The information, the energy that you receive, right? The information that you receive from the food. So today I was eating I was having my break fast, right? So I had blueberries, blackberries, and strawberries. And then I decided to cut up some pineapple. And again, remember, food is information. So when you are able to be at peace, right, and quiet in your mind, you can actually hear the information that the food is giving you. The same way with nature, which is why we come out and, get channelings and all that kind of stuff. Because if you listen, everything speaks to you. Everything is communicating something. But sometimes our minds are racing too much and focused on too many things to actually hear what we're receiving. So today I received information from pineapple, right? Whew. Now this pineapple is so sweet. And it could be because it's Leo season. I'm out under the sun, but I received this while I was in the house. But anyway, pineapple helps with your solar plexus chakra, the color yellow, right? We've been talking, I think that was the last video I made. Either way, but talking about the solar plexus, which controls, one of the things it deals with is your liver, your digestive system, things like that. Pineapple is very good for your digestive system, but that's not what I wanted to focus on when it comes to the pineapple. So the channeling that I received today was that there is an ingredient in science. Let me back up. So I was eating the fruit and I heard bromine. And I'm like, bromine. Okay, I know that there is an enzyme in pineapple and I feel like it's called bromine. So after I'm finished eating, I look up bromine to confirm what it is that I'm receiving, because the information that I'm receiving from the fruit is that when your body receives bromine or something to that effect, what it does is it alkalizes, I guess, the body, alkalizes the blood. So what it told me was to boil the like when you cut the pineapple, the whole of the pineapple. So what I received is cut the whole of the pineapple, boil it, then use the water to feed your plants, or you can use it for something else, because the enzymes that are in the water help to alkalize the soil. So if you pour it in your plants, if your soil is more acidic and you need to balance out the soil, you can boil the whole of the pineapple, pour that water in the plants, in the flowers, to bring stability, right? Stability, and bring it to its pH balance. And so I looked up bromine, and it is a chemical element that is, it has the atomic number of 35. So it's spelled B-R-O-M-I-N-E. But the enzyme that is in pineapple is it's BROM, right? And then there's another ending, another suffix, right? So BROM being the prefix, and I guess, well, anyway, BROM being the prefix, and there's a different suffix. But because words mean things, this is why it made sense to me, because when the body is too acidic, we can get things like ulcers, and I know because I've been there. You can get ulcers, you can have heartburn, stomach burn, things like that when the body is too acidic, when the blood is too acidic. When it's too acidic, it can, especially over time, what happens is it causes inflammation. And chronic inflammation can lead to dis-ease. Hear me now. So bromine, as an element in and of itself, is a flame retardant. And that's why it makes sense to me. Because if you are, I'm telling y'all, listen to your food. So bromine as an element is a flame retardant. So the enzyme that is in the pineapple acts as a flame retardant inside your body. And so what happens is when you eat pineapples, it helps to alkalize the digestive system, which makes sense because it corresponds with the solar plexus, which is, the solar plexus chakra in your body that's controlled by the sun, which is your internal fire, right? Your internal sun, that internal furnace that burns up the energy that your food gives to you. It burns up that energy like an internal furnace, and it uses that fuel to fuel your body, right? So one of the ways that we know, well, if you don't know, let me say this. Fellas, eat your pineapples. I know we've heard comedians and other people talk about eating pineapples. It makes your sperm taste sweet so that, when y'all do, your sperm tastes sweet. Same thing for women. Eating pineapples helps your vaginal fluid to taste sweet. Let me tell you why that is. Because sometimes the things that we eat, especially, I would say the things that we consume, because it's not just food, it's all energy that we consume. If we are receiving information from television, radio, whatever the case may be, whatever information that we're receiving, if it leaves us in a place or has us constantly in a place that we are inflamed, right? Always hot, fire, right? That can affect your internal system, and it can throw off your your solar plexus and cause damage to your solar plexus, which makes it hard for you to have willpower, right? To have self-esteem. It damages these things or distorts these things. So when you are eating pineapples, not only does it make your sperm and your vaginal fluid taste sweet because it alkalizes the body, so it alkalines the somebody tell me the right word. Either way, it gives it a pH balance. It balances the pH in your blood and in your bodily fluids. So, the reason that matters is because sometimes, actually, let me back up. Let me say this. Fellas, if you are not aware of this, because women are receivers, and I've said this before, but it's worth repeating because of the pineapple. But when you are having sex, specifically with a woman, so, this isn't, this is for men who have sex with women, because I don't know how it affects other folks, right? But men who have sex with women, if you are not using protection, the woman receives the energy from your fluids, right? And so whatever is in those fluids it enters her body. And if there's information that is in that fluid that is not in sync, if they're not in balance, it causes a bacterial imbalance in the woman. It causes some sort of pH, again, it's about pH balance, right? And so what happens is it throws her off balance internally, in terms of her fluids. And what that can look like is that can look like a change in her behavior because it's thrown off her pH balance. So fellas, let me say this to you. Eat your pineapples. Eat your pineapples, drink water, clean out your system. Because one of the things that we're not taught in school is the way that the way that food impacts our blood and our bodily fluids, and the way that it impacts our system overall. So not just, and this isn't just for sexual purposes, obviously, you know, fellas, this is for you too, right? Because you don't want your blood to be acidic. One, because it causes toxins in your own body. And it causes, I'm sorry, y'all, the bugs are loving me. But it causes toxins to fill up in your own body if it's not released. But don't give that responsibility. Don't give those toxins to your partner, right? And what I mean by that is throwing off her pH balance. Oh, women, same thing, right? If you know that you are filled with anger, rage, all these quote unquote toxic emotions, right? And you are having sex, then you have to also be mindful of the way that your fluids are impacting your partner. Same thing, right? Because you are exchanging sexual energy, right? So, y'all, this pineapple is so good. It really is. So, you know, like sometimes that the thick part in the pineapple, I don't know what it's called, but it's that pineapple, the pineapple center that's a little chewy. Yeah, but the rest of it is very so sweet. So all right, so that was the channeling that I got today, y'all, from the food. So I just wanted to share this with you all. So love yourself well. Eat your pineapples, drink your water, flush out your system. Because remember, your body is, 70% water. So, okay, so if y'all could see this, y'all probably can't see this, but there was a shadow that just came over. And I was like, that must be a really, really big bird. But anyway, so your body is 70% water. And so I always talk about this in terms of the fluids in your body, all of the fluids in your body being controlled, by the different, like, for example, the moon controls the waters, right? So let me just focus on that. The moon controls the ebbs and the flows, the tides of the water. For example, around the full moon, like there's a spot that I go and I watch the stars at night on occasion. And what I notice is around the full moon, the water on the shore is full, right? So this is how I test these theories. Like, no, this isn't just some made up stuff. This is for real. So the water around the edges is full. And one day I'm gonna show you guys what I'm talking about. I'll go there and I'll show you. Actually, I might make a video about that today. I might go there today and show you. But then when it's a new moon, there's no water there. So I can literally step down where there was water 30 days ago. Now I step down and I'm walking on the seashore or the sea floor, right? Or the river, ocean floor, whatever it is, right? So no, it's the bay. It's a bay. Hey, bay. I'm sorry, I'll get really silly sometimes. So anyway, so the water in the bay has now receded because there's a new moon. And so we got to remember the way that the fluids are in our bodies, the moon affects the ebbs and the flows in our body. So it's always important to make sure you're drinking lots of water. But what can happen when we are drinking water is not only does it flush out and cleanses cleanses out your system. But in that cleansing, what can happen is anything that is, any toxins, right, in your body are being flushed out. So when you drink water and then you urinate or you pee, right, it flushes out the toxins. The same thing when you poop, right? It flushes out the toxins and all the other stuff that's stuck to the inside of your colon and your intestines and all that stuff. That flushes that stuff out. So make sure that you're drinking lots of water to flush out your kidneys, which, when you drink water, it helps to cleanse the kidneys, and your liver, right? Because this is your body's filtration system, and everything that you consume passes through these systems in order to be released. So drink your water to flush out your system, eat your pineapples, and understand that different emotions and things like that will come up as you are cleansing yourself. So as you are drinking water and things like this, especially for fellas, because there are some men that I know now, not too many these days, but I remember years ago I talked to some men who were like, yeah, I don't drink water. And I'm like, how are you still alive? Like, how does this even happen? But I can imagine, because it makes sense that as you are drinking water, right, it brings to the surface some of these things, some of the things in the subconscious mind, right, that is in water, right, because water holds energy, water holds our emotions, water is an emotional feminine element. And so as you are drinking water, because all water is all connected, controlled by the moon, right, all of this stuff in your subconscious may come up. And so this is why it's also important, fellas, that you're drinking water, doing things to cleanse these toxins out of your blood. Because it's not to say that you are quote unquote toxic. I don't want to make it sound like that. But what I am saying is all of us go through these things. If we don't know how to release it and how to cleanse ourselves, that is what happens, right? The things that we consume, the things that are in the environment can impact our bodies, and it can impact our bodies physically, mentally, spiritually. And so because of that, this is why I make these videos, to let you guys know that this is how you can cleanse energy from your body. And sisters, if you are looking for a yoni steam after you have your period, because of course your period can also throw you off balance, throw your pH off balance sometimes. And that could be due to what you are eating, otherwise what you are consuming, right? Because your body naturally wants to cleanse itself and keep itself clean, right? So if you are looking for something to rebalance your period, rebalance your body after you have your period, after sex, after whatever, right? If you were just looking to rebalance something, rebalance that energy in in your vaginal area, take a look at some of the yoni steams that we have. Actually, we call them Yoni Teas, because what we do is we have loose leaf tea or loose leaf herbs that we make, and we mix it together. We mix different ingredients together for a specific purpose. Like we have one that's called right? And that is a vaginal rejuvenation tea after you have your period, or otherwise, just looking to balance yourself, right? So that one contains herbs like wormwood and mugwort. And so if you guys are not familiar with wormwood and mugwort, they both have parasitic and antibacterial properties. So if you have any parasites, if you have any sort of bacteria in your vagina, which will upset your pH balance, then what you want to do is you want to use one of these teas. So how we do it is it's a tea, and we send you 3 tea bags with the tea, right? And so these are reusable bags. So is it 2 or 3? It's depending on the size. So it's 2 or 3, right? So we send you these tea bags. They're cotton bags that you can actually reuse. So you can wash them and reuse them. So you put the tea inside the tea bag and you drop it in like boiling water. So you can drop it in boiling water in whatever you use for your yoni steam, and it's just like a tea bag, right? You drop it in the water, and it makes the brew, right? And then of course, if you've done a yoni steam before, what happens is you sit your butt and your vagina over the steaming water. You put a cloth or towel or something over you to allow the steam to rise up into your vaginal area. And so what happens is that whatever fluids and things are in the in the at least the superficial part of the vaginal cavity, what happens is those fluids come out. So the longer you sit there, and the hotter the water is, hotter you can stand it, of course, it allows these things to drip out of you. So I know that's a very graphic conversation. We're all adults here. It is what it is. This is the way the body works, so but yeah, so ladies, that's something that you can do to help to balance yourself, to cleanse yourself. But I just wanted to say thank you all so much for tuning into the Conscious Creations YouTube channel. You guys are the best part of Conscious Creations. Thank you for being a part of the Rockstar family. If you are looking for any herbs, herbal teas, perfumes, body butters, anything that Conscious Creations has to offer, go take a look at our website, which is www.consciouscreations.live. Make sure that you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, so that when we do come on, you are notified that we are here. So we can't actually go live until we have like a certain number of subscribers. So y'all seeing this video, shout out to you. Thank you for helping to share this information, because the goal is, of course, to create well-beings, to help people be well, right? So visit our website, check out our Instagram at consciouscreations.live. You can check out our clubhouse at Make Dopeness. And until next time, love yourself well. You deserve it.